But Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, says the activities of Finland-based agitator Sinon Ekpa are hampering security efforts in the southeast. He spoke alongside other service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, at the kickoff of sectoral debates in the House of Representatives. National Assembly correspondent Kayode Egbetokun has more.
Security is one of the 8 focal points of the recently unveiled legislative agenda by the Speaker, 10th House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin. Service chiefs, led by the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, with the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, arrived the chamber to brief legislators on their activities. The Speaker says the sectoral debate becomes necessary to enhance the nation's security.
Over the last few years, we have made significant progress in tackling insecurity through improved investment by the federal government and the gallantry.
The security chiefs take turn to intimate lawmakers of their activities while they seek parliament support in all ways possible. They say insurgency is on the decline in the aftermath of counter-forces action, just as no Nigerian territories under the control of terrorists. Nigeria, they say, is now a pirate-free country, but insist budgetary allocations cannot fund security operations. The activities of his self-acclaimed agitator, Sinon Ekpa, are also a stumbling block to security efforts in the southeast region.
Sinon Ekpa has become a menace to this country. Finland is having a free way, encouraging him to do what he's doing. By his utterances and his actions, is affecting what is happening in Nigeria. Our strategy as an army is the deployment of forces in each of the 6 geopolitical zones to conduct operations to combat the security threats.
There is no navy that can function without adequate resources. We are doing our best within the available resources, but we continue to seek your intervention and your support.
Estimative intelligence demanded greater unity of ongoing kinetic efforts towards containing the activities of the separatist groups.
The manpower in the police today is grossly inadequate. Even the criminals know that.
Inadequate funding, lack of requisite training, shortage of manpower, logistics and accommodation are some of the challenges they identified. The security chiefs want education and sensitization programs for the people as they advocate public support in the fight against insecurity. They want citizens to see security as everyone's business and not the exclusive preserve of security agents. Kayode Egbetokun, TVC News, Abuja.
Let's talk more about the security situation in Nigeria and the appearance today of the service chiefs and the IGP before the members of the House of Representatives. Joining us is a defense and security analyst, Kayode Egbetokun. Thank you for joining us. Well, security is on the front burner. How do you react to the interventions by lawmakers and then the position now of security chiefs at the House of Reps today?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. The lawmakers have oversight and they are doing what they are mandated by the Constitution to do. It's a good move. It's a concern. I heard the initial report that the service chief did suggest that crime is down. That's not necessarily what the data is suggesting. We have had almost 1,293 thereabout incidents of violent crime across the country year to date. And I heard comments about the Northeast, Askeroba, Kondoga, Oza, are still the most significantly impacted local governments in Nigeria today by armed violence and armed organized groups. So the security situation looks like it's building up to a certain point, and it does need some addressing. So it's commendable that
how do we address it, Mr. Adekoya? How do we address it?
Yeah, so the thing is not about funding. You see, funding is just one part of a multifaceted problem. We still have the issue of governance and the issue of corruption within the forces. We then have the issues of the structure, the way we currently structure security in Nigeria. And I hope that the president is listening, because I know he listens to TVC. The president should not be drawn into internal security. It's a rabbit hole that no president has survived. The governors should take the lead on internal security, and then we can begin to take a more local approach to security. Because what the service chiefs have come to do, I listened to the Chief of Army Staff talking about deployments in over 6 regions of the country. That's not the problem for the army and for the defense sector. We have a bigger problem. We don't manufacture weapons, weapon systems. We don't manufacture much. We don't have internal capability to deal with the issues that we do have. So we keep throwing people at the problem. So there's a deeper problem in the defense sector that needs a bit of a rework of how we project national interests and national defense and security within West Africa and Africa. So it's not just about the money. Someone somewhere has to do a deep dive, look at where we are, where we want to be, the weapon systems we need, sure-foot our supply lines, okay, for those weapon systems, and then we go forward in the defense sector. Now, for policing and the issue of insecurity, like I said, the president should not be held accountable or responsible for internal security. That is the job of the governors and the job of the local government officials, because the National Assembly can quickly get ambushed by technical speak from the service chiefs. And I'm not saying that they don't have a funding problem.
All right.
But I'm saying that if we're not structured correctly, we would throw money in the wrong direction and not solve the problem.
So there's need for proper structure, as you have put it. I must sincerely appreciate you for talking to us. Defense and security analyst Onyekachi Adekoya. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you for having me.